Hello everyone, I am TST's the Mudman, and today I'd like to show you a cool new light deck that you'll be able to play when the new Gods Unchained set Divine Order comes out. We had another PTR play day recently, and I decided to focus on light, and I came up with this new and improved zoo list. So let's look at some of the new cards. We've got the Exalted Hermit. This one's a real explosive new card. 2 mana, 2/1 with armor 1 at the end of your turn, get +1 strength. For those of you who don't know, armor 1 means that it mitigates any 1 damage. So if a 2 attack creature attacks into it, it only takes 1. If a 1 attack creature attacks into it, it takes 0. So this card's fairly hard to kill in the early game, and it scales up incredibly quickly. And after that, we have the Inquisitor Informant. This may seem like a strange card to put in a tempo zoo list, seeing as it's a 2 mana 2/1 that's very weak. But its roar ability is give order +3 to slow down your opponent's creatures and their board presence, but it's mainly here to combo with this card, Divine Judgment. This is a new 1 mana spell. It's incredibly powerful. Obliterate any order creature, any creature with order. So for 3 mana, you can play the Informant and then the Divine Judgment and kill anything. There are a couple of other order cards that we'll get to as well that combine with the Divine Order for just extreme tempo plays. Okay, so let's talk about Helios Justicar. This is another one of those new order cards. It's a 5 mana 4/5. At the start of your turn, give order +1 to a random enemy creature. So this is just a good, annoying creature, decent stats, slows down your opponent's board development, makes it harder for them to trade into your stuff, and of course it does pair with the Divine Judgment, which is absolutely crazy. And now last but not least, as far as the new cards are concerned, we have Cern the Moderator, which might be the single best creature in this new set in a vacuum. 4 mana 4/5, Wetlands Ogre stats, those are the stats you get for a 4 mana card with no text at all. So his stats are fantastic. It has the same draw mechanic as High Thermaturge. Whenever a friendly creature is healed, you get to draw a card. So he's got that going for him. But that's not all. He also has Roar, inflict order +3 to an enemy creature. You get to select that, so it pairs with the Divine Judgment we talked about earlier. And it also has a Roar effect where it heals each friendly character for 2 health. So you can play this on the board, slow down one of your opponent's creatures, heal up your board, and draw cards. This is absolutely crazy. And then besides that, we're doing pretty standard light stuff. We have the Golden Harp to keep your board strong, to create some creatures, and for draw mechanics through the aforementioned High Thermaturge and the super mega crazy Cern. Then we've got regular early game creatures like your Olympian Guard, just a good 2 mana creature that might end up being a 2 mana 3/4 with frontline, very strong. You've got Pyramid Warden, he's obvious. You have the Vanguard Axewoman, which for light has been buffed since as a 1 mana creature, because now with 5 mana and a pip or 6 mana, you can pair Vanguard Axewoman with Canonize and just have a great swing turn. And that's what you're going to see a lot with these like zoo light decks. They have a couple like 2-card combinations that just make crazy swing turns. Like you got your Cudgel plus Master of Indulgence to make a big creature and kill whatever your opponent has. Master of Indulgence also, of course, pairs with the Axewoman for 5 mana, and that just kills anything. You have those aforementioned order cards plus Divine Judgment to just kill anything. We already talked about the Vanguard Axewoman plus Canonize to kill anything. There's just all these crazy 2-card combinations for big swing turns. Let's see. Then you got, your Highborn Knight, which is just a super solid creature. Good frontline, good ward, comes down on turn 4, which means it can often be canonized, and canonizing a creature means you usually win the game. Let's see. Other good cards of note, we've got Bright Mage, just a decent creature. The heal effect can not only increase your board strength, but sometimes it pairs with the High Thermaturge as well as the Cern for some card draw. It's also important to note that if you play Bright Mage on turn 3 and you have a pip remaining, he has ward, so he's hard to remove, and then you can pip into the Canonize, and like I said before, when you canonize a creature, you usually win. So let's let's talk a little bit about the mulligans. You may have noticed that for a zoo deck, there's very few one-mana cards in general. There's only 6. And those 6 cards are the Cudgel, the Divine Judgment, and the Vanguard Axleman. So only one-mana creature. So generally in the mulligan, you're looking for your Cudgel, your Light's Levy, one of your good 2-mana cards, not High Thermaturge. High Thermaturge is a late to mid-game card. He comes down in combination with Golden Harp. You don't ever really play him on turn 2. But generally speaking, you want to play the Cudgel on turn 1. That way you can pip into Light's Levy turn 2. If you're going second, you can pip into a 2-mana card and still pip into Light's Levy on turn 2. And then your goal is just play creatures, kill your opponent's creatures, buff up your creatures, draw a bunch of cards, win the game. Simple as that. So without further ado, let's jump into some gameplay footage. Okay, so let's see how new and improved Zoo will do. I've been going with heal this whole time since you've got a couple of heal synergies, that we discussed earlier. Going first, always nice for a Zoo deck, but like I said before, this deck has very few 1-mana cards, so hopefully we get a nice 2-drop to pip into. If we get the Levy in hand, we'll consider keeping the pip. Ideally, we get ourselves a nice Cudgel for turn 1. But what will our opponents have in store? Alright, so that's a great 2-drop. This is really good if we get that Judgment card. Very decent. Let's toss him. There's a Cudgel. This is quite the hand. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking about just pipping this out immediately since I don't have the Levy, and this thing scales very fast. It is susceptible to Canopy Barrage, but what isn't? Okay, great. Wonder why he did that. Alright, let's drop the Cudgel. And let's make this trade so he can't use his god power to kill my thing. Now we're good to go. Alright, so if he gives me a Levy target, we'll do that. But this Bright Mage will be really great. Nice 3/3 body, he's good and strong, and the ward thing will make it so his cards like Canopy Barrage will have a harder time hitting this guy, the Hermit, who is very powerful. This is a bit frustrating. Hopefully I get like an order card. Stop this thing in its tracks. Looks like he is mulling over his blessed choices. Maybe we'll get something cool like the rats or something. That is actually really great. Now I can get rid of his stag. Heal myself back up, hit him in the face for 4, keep buffing this guy. He's very strong. If we can pick up a Canonize and strap a Canonize on top of him, it's over. That's GG. And if he wants to pip into like an overgrown Rhino, we've got the classic Master of Indulgence plus Relic combo to kill off anything. Hand is just good. We should just eat that, right? Could play him. Could just make the trade, play him for tempo. This is also a 2/2. We float a mana no matter what, so let's use the Levy. It's pretty good. I get to save the Relic this way. That way I can keep doing the Master of Indulgence Relic combo. I assume he'll play something big eventually. It's probably worth indulging, right? Yeah, this is going well. The Hermit's just snowballing out of control. Next turn, I'll probably snag the Bronze Servant from the Sanctum so I can comfortably play the Golden Harp. But realistically, I think I can just close my eyes here and win this game. Opponent doesn't have much of a chance. Alright, this should be lethal. This thing was just nuts. Pipped it out turn 1, never died, never even came close to dying. Get used to seeing the Hermit, because this guy is really good. Let's see, like a last ditch. The Hunt, that doesn't work. Enchanted Vines doesn't work. That's the game. GG. We even got this combo. Let's put this down for the BM. GG. Whew. So the new zoo has indeed improved. Excellent showing. Hermit, so strong. Hey, you! Did you know that subscribing to the TST YouTube channel will increase your win rate by 6.9%? So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. And while you're at it, equip Scythe of the Harvest and attack the like button directly in the face. Bye-bye!